可以问你几个问题吗？
可以。
就是这个纪录片呢，就是叫《中国白人》，然后就是一个关于我的一个纪录片，因为我是中国人，你
中文很好。
对，谢谢，因为我是中国人，我是在中国出生的。其实中文可以说是比英文说得好，但是你第一反应应该就是我是一个外国人，对吧？
对。
但是我是在中国出生的，我有中国的护照。你有遇到过这种白皮肤的中国人吗？
没有。
那你之前有遇到过就白皮肤或者黑皮肤的中国人吗？
没有遇到过，
是吧？那你在美国的话，可能会认识到很多白人、黑人、黄种人啊什么的，都会讲英文，对吧？就不会觉得有什么稀奇的。
在美国应该讲英语吧？应该。
那为什么在中国呢？看到一个白人讲中文，大家都会觉得哇，好激动。
少见多怪啊。
Alright guys, what's up? This is Jayme. Just having a little bit of fun in the mall there, just pretending to be Chinese. I'm actually from England, so I don't have a Chinese passport, a little bit of a white lie. But I have been living in Shanghai for 10 years now. And after my last video with Kevin, a lot of people were hitting me up on Instagram asking how I learned Chinese. This video was my response to you. Everybody has different ways of learning, but I'm just going to show you some of my best ways and some of my best top tips for learning Mandarin Chinese. Hope you guys enjoy it.
The number one advice I think needs to apply to every single person when learning a language is you need to be able to incorporate the learning into something that you like doing, something that you love doing, something that you're passionate about. Basketball was just like my main thing, it was my main love. Whereas in England, there wasn't a lot of people to play basketball with. In China, everyone wanted to play with me. You know, that white kid was like, oh, let me go play with the white kid or something. If you like playing basketball like I did, you need to, find someone else that likes playing basketball and learn with them. That's great for oral and listening. When it comes to reading and writing, I love watching movies and I love music. A huge advantage for foreigners learning Chinese in China is that all the TV shows, all the movies over here have subtitles, which is excellent.
We got a Chinese TV show going on. Alright, just pick one at random. It's a TV show called Liechang. And then I got a notepad ready and I got a pen. And obviously if I'm watching a TV show like this would be kind of more advanced. You want to start off with if you're a beginner, start off with cartoons, something like that. But once you've got a good understanding of the language, you want to kind of move up to watching TV shows and movies and things like that. And we get to a word that we don't know, okay? So let's say for example, 激动, we don't know this word. Okay, so I'm gonna hit pause right here, okay, and just write down each part of the character, okay? Well, I'm gonna open up a dictionary website right here, one that I used to use back in the day. It used to be called Insta, but I think they got bought out by Line. I think now it's called Line Dictionary. This is great because as you can see here, there's a handwriting feature. So you might not even know how the word is pronounced. Maybe you don't hear it clearly in the movie, or your pinyin isn't that good and you're not sure how to type it in pinyin. That's fine. Now your stroke order doesn't even have to be correct. You can get it wrong and it'll give you a bunch of options on the right. Now it's just a case of finding the right character. If you find that one, and it's given us a bunch of other options. It's given us 激动, 激发, all these other examples. As soon as you open that up, it'll tell you that this is an HSK 4 level word. You can see the stroke order now, so we can go through stroke by stroke just to make sure. We talked about this in our last video as well, how important stroke order is in Chinese. We scroll down even further, we can see the definition of the word, so it tells us that it means exciting, right? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to practice writing it, okay? Because I need to make sure that I know how to write it stroke by stroke, okay? To start off with. You can see here that the first sample sentence that it's given us is 激动的孩子. Now we can make that even longer based on what we've learned before. So I could write something like 他的女儿是一个非常激动的孩子. Right? And I might want to underline or highlight the new word. Okay, so now I've just made one sample sentences. I might do 2 or 3 of those. We practice our writing, we practice our listening because we've heard it in the movies. I might go back and replay that 2 or 3 times. Now we need to practice our speaking. So I would have this new word and I'd have that in my bag and I would make a conscious effort of maybe, over the next 24 hours to the next week of using this word as much as I could. And just going out there and saying like, oh, 对不起，我太激动了，他为什么那么激动 ，right？
那为什么在中国呢？看到一个白人讲中文，大家都会觉得哇，好激动。
Okay, so another method that you could use is instead of watching movies or TV shows, is you could use music. One of my favorite Chinese songs when I was learning Chinese was 自由 by Zhang Xuanyue. Maybe I don't know the word 脾气. Okay, so I would take this word okay? And now because it's text, I can just copy it, right? So I can go ahead and copy that, and then we can go back to the dictionary. So I'm gonna paste that right here. As soon as I paste that in, oh, 脾气 means temperament. This is after I've written it a few times, okay? So first, I might write it a few times. 脾气，不要冲他发脾气。You might want to use that, you know, in your everyday life. If you see a friend taking out all their stress on one of your buddies, hey, 你不要冲他发脾气哦，不是他的错。Right? So you can go ahead and try and use that as much as you can to try and fit it into different sentences. So if you're interested in learning traditional Chinese as well, like I really was, after about 2 years of learning simplified, I really wanted to learn traditional Chinese as well. If you're interested in that, you have a huge advantage now, especially with like Macs and iPhones and iPads, is because there's a feature, if you type in Jidong, just like the word we've been learning, you can just highlight it, alright, and you can go to convert text to traditional Chinese. You hit that right there and it'll tell you the traditional Chinese. So now I know the simplified, but now I can write the traditional, okay? So the first character is the same, right? The G is the same, but I can see now that Dong has been simplified and I can write the traditional version now. So now I know both. I can write it in simplified and I can write it in traditional. So it's just whatever you prefer.
I wasn't the type that liked, you know, reading and writing as a kid, and I still don't. But you gotta have a special notebook, you gotta have that secret Bible that you open up and you write in that character. Write it maybe 10, 20, 50 times so you practice handwriting it. Write down a sample sentence, you know, and when you're looking at sample sentences online, there might be another word in the sample sentence that you didn't know. So then you, right away, you've got another word. And that book will fill up so quickly, you know. It might take you 3 days to finish watching a movie or watching a half an hour, you know, cartoon show. But once you finish learning it, you have so many new words. And learning Chinese has given me so many opportunities, like hosting on TV shows, you know, being a guest on, you know, Monkey Abroad and all these great YouTube channels. China is such a big market, you know, for sports and everything, like NFL and NBA China. They're trying to bring people in all the time. So I've met people like Jerry Rice and Trace McGrady and Vince Carter and, you know, all these like legends and superstars like since being over here, and I wouldn't have dreamed of anything like this, you know. So learning Chinese has been the key that's opened the door to my entire future.
So whether you're thinking about coming to live in Shanghai or anywhere else in China, or you just want to learn Chinese whilst living abroad, you know, I wish you guys the best. You know, it's a growing language and growing in a growing culture, growing country, and I really hope that you guys can find your way and, you know, have some of the same fortunes that I've had living here for the last 10 years. So if you've got any tips or any advice for me, you know, leave your comments below. I'd be interested in hearing your feedback. See you guys in the next video.